Alright, hello, welcome to my ranking of all of Tarantino's films. Please enjoy. Okay, starting off with Death Proof. Now this is not a bad film, but it's definitely not his best. This movie, it was actually quite enjoyable, and it's the last Tarantino film that I saw, but there's a reason it's not as well known, and that's because it's just pretty damn boring. It's got great parts, and Kurt Russell really steals the show, other than the fact that he's barely in it, to be honest, and he's got all of his cast of all these different women, who some of them are great, really interesting, and some of them are just really boring, and you just kind of want to shut up. So yeah, it's what holds Death Proof back, I think, is that there's just too much chatting between these characters that you don't necessarily care that much about. While the more interesting characters are pushed aside, and that's the real problem. But it's still an okay film. Okay, here we are with number 8, which is Kill Bill, and I put both Kill Bills together. I would say that I prefer the first part to the second part, to be honest, and that's mainly just due to the fight with the 88, which I really do love. I thought that whole scene, the way it's filmed, with the sounds and everything like that, all bouncing around, great scene, and that's why I think it's better. But as a whole, Kill Bill, I'm not a big fan. A lot of people are, and it's very iconic. Lots of iconic moments, and all these different characters that are well known, but still I just don't find it very kind of intriguing compared to the rest. It's just something's missing. It's the fact that I think this film, the fact that it's 2 parts shows how long it is, and it doesn't feel like it escalates all that much until these random points where it just picks up out of nowhere. But it's not a terrible film, but I'd happily watch any other Tarantino film over this one if someone offered me to, and that's why I think I've put it so low. So that's why it's at number 8. Alright, we are at number 7, and we've got The Hateful Eight, which is a very good film, and it's around the time that this came out that I actually got into Tarantino. But this film is not very rewatchable. It's good the first time round you watch it, and it's nice to see the mystery unfold, and how all these kind of characters clash with each other when they're stuck in this setting. But the setting is actually, I think, the problem for this film, is because it's not very dynamic in the fact that, other than the opening, it all takes place in this one building, in this haberdashery. Yeah, it's not a very dynamic setting. Nothing really changes there. It's just the fact that they're stuck because of the blizzard, and all of these characters are rather boring. I liked a few of them. I liked Kurt Russell's character, and I liked Samuel L. Jackson's, and a couple others, like the Mexican and that, but other than that, this film is missing something, and I think that's why it's low down, and is low down for a lot of people. Alright, here at number 6, we have Reservoir Dogs, and all these films from here on out, I love all these, and I would happily put them all together at number 1. But I can't do that to make it more interesting. But Reservoir Dogs is a great first film. Everything about this film, the characters, the way it all plays out, really great. And the stuck in the middle with you torture scene is one of the greatest bits of cinema. Really, just everything about how it follows Michael Madsen back outside and how it's all tame and it goes back inside to this poor guy he's captured, and just everything about that scene, brilliant. But this film, it just feels a bit short, and though I love it, and Michael Madsen and Harvey Keitel and Steve Buscemi are all amazing. Yeah, this film is just not as quite as, hasn't aged as well as some of the others, I think. That's why it's a bit lower down, but still an amazing film. Right, here at number 5, we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I fell in love with this film as soon as I saw it in the cinema last year. Really quite something. And I think it's a bit of a homage to the rest of Tarantino's films. All these kind of little things and all the settings, and like them being in a Western is a homage to, the past couple of films. But though this film was great, a lot of people did argue that it was quite slow. And I do understand that it was quite slow. And rewatching it, you definitely realise that. But it's still great, and I love, especially Brad Pitt gives an amazing performance, but Leonardo DiCaprio as well is great. All of these, different characters and how they're portrayed, and even Margot Robbie, who's not in it very much, she really, hits the nail on the head with Sharon Tate. Really enjoyed it. It's just a nice kind of peaceful watch, and the final scene is really something else, cherry on the top for the film. Fantastic. Okay, here at number 4 we have a lesser-known Tarantino film, and that is Jackie Brown, which is fantastic, and it's definitely up there for me as one of his best. This film, the 90s style, the music, everything about this film, really, I love it. I absolutely love it. And some of the acting as well. Pangri is great, but who really steals the show is Samuel L. Jackson, who I don't love in everything I see, but this role just perfect for him. Also Robert Forster, amazing, and I love the chemistry between him and Jackie Brown. This film is just so good, it's just so kind of chill, but it's exciting at the same time. Yeah, all these different kind of out of nowhere turns that this film holds makes this film definitely a must watch for any Tarantino fan, but just any movie lover as well. It's just a great film and a bit of a hidden gem. Alrighty, at number 3 we have Inglourious Basterds, which is fantastic. These top 3 are just cinema perfection. Inglourious Basterds is just brilliant. The whole story it tells, the idea of these Jews kind of bouncing back and getting revenge on Hitler, just so extraordinarily stupid but great. And all the kind of how the side stories blend together, like the girl who owns the cinema, and how that all comes into the finale and everything, and just I can't even think because I love this film so much. Just everything about this, just really great film. But Christoph Waltz steals the show, as he usually does in Tarantino films, and just his portrayal, and from the opening I think is the best part of the film, when he's on that French farm. Just, how tense that scene is. Absolutely fantastic movie. You gotta watch it. Absolutely amazing. Okay, at number 2 we have Django Unchained, and jeez, is this a good film. This is great. This is just something else, to be honest. And as I said for Inglourious Basterds, Christoph Waltz steals the show. He's a fantastic actor, and again, a perfect role for him. And Jamie Foxx is fantastic as well, and all the extra characters too. Leonardo DiCaprio and Samuel L. Jackson. The characters, you just hate them so much. But this whole film, being set in such a harsh part of American history, makes this film even better. And to watch this man get revenge on all of these people, just brilliant. The action, the rawness and the toughness of this film as well is just brilliant. Django Unchained, absolutely fantastic film. You need to see this. You absolutely need to see this. Okay, I think everyone saw this coming. We got Pulp Fiction at number 1. This film is a staple of cinema, and 1994 was just a fantastic year for movies. Just look up the films that came out that year, but this one still manages to climb to definitely one of the top ones. This film is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Everyone involved in this movie, how all these scenes, all the times are all set just so confusing but great, it's almost like you're watching a Nolan film, but it's just way stupider with everything going on at these different times. And just, John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, their scenes, every single one of them, they're so quotable and amazing. And Bruce Willis's scenes, just wow, and the whole thing with Marcellus Wallace and everything. Oh man, this movie is great. And even Tarantino and Harvey Keitel, who have their little cameo roles. Wow. Pulp Fiction, 10 out of 10. You gotta see this. Amazing movie.